Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Six Shot and this Six Shot Gaming channel, and I have some Dead or Alive 6 beta footage for y'all. And this is gonna be a impressions video of my time with the Dead or Alive beta, so on and so forth. So yeah, let's get started with the video. So introduction, I'm gonna just introduce y'all to me when it comes to Dead or Alive. So I started playing Dead or Alive around DOA 5, right? I played a little bit of 4, but I was never too into 4 because I just couldn't play on the Xbox controllers. I always felt like the Xbox controller was terrible for fighting games. So I played a little bit of 4, but I really got into DOA when it came to 5 because it was on the PS3, of course. So I was able to have a comfortable controller. Now, so I played 5. I played a lot of 5 actually. I got really good at 5, but then I haven't played 5 in years. So the gameplay you're gonna see is definitely not optimal. I forgot a lot of stuff, especially Hayate, because Hayate wasn't. He was one of the characters I played, but he wasn't never my main character. My main character was like Mila and Lisa in 5. So there's a lot of stuff I really forgot with Hayate. But yeah, moving on with the beta, my impressions with the beta and stuff like that. So, DOA 6 reminds you a lot like DOA 5, just with tweaks, right? They got a couple new mechanics we're going to talk about a little bit later. But, yeah, start with the core gameplay. It's pretty much the same thing. It's like a rock, paper, scissors system where holds beat attacks, attacks beat throws, and throws beat attacks. Sorry, I said that wrong. Holds beat attacks, attacks beat throws, and throws beat holds. That's how it goes. Alright, and that system's still there, and they also have that stun system, but it seems like a lot of the moves that had like a certain time, it's like the stuns don't last as long like they used to. And the DOA 5 at least, like it seems like you can recover a lot quicker instead of doing like the I think it was like the fuzzy guard, or in DOA 5, for you to like get out of a stun quicker, you had like rotate your directional buttons to get out of stuns quicker. Say if you didn't want to, it was certain situations in DOA 5, I can't really remember exactly, but all I know is sometimes when you was put into a certain situation, especially with sit down stuns, where you wasn't able to like hold immediately out of that or block in time, what you had to do is like rotate your directional buttons as fast as you could to be able to block. And that was like one of the quicker ways to get out of a stun. And I don't know if that is still the case. I wasn't really trying it because I was kind of playing this game on at least the beta on like some, like I'm relearning it and stuff like that. So I don't know if that was still the case. But I did notice that you do recover a lot faster out of a lot of stuns. Like a lot of moves that you should put you in a long stun time before, now you recover a lot faster. So that's little gameplay tweaks from there. Some properties changed depending, like some stuff that you could get in DOA 5. Like I know Hayate, he used to have, I don't think there's any type of sit down stuns like how it was in the last game. I know Hayate in the last game you could do back punch and then do back kick, and it'll put you into, and if you're stunned, it'll put you into the sit down state. But now it doesn't do that no more. So there's like a lot of properties change on the stun moves as well. So that's another thing. But besides that, it's pretty much DOA. It kind of feels like DOA 5 to me. I mean, there are some changes, especially with the new system mechanics in the game, stuff like that. They did put some new system mechanics in the game to make it a lot easier. Well, not a lot easier, but more beginner friendly. And I feel like they on DOA 5 didn't have a meter system. This DOA has a meter system, and now I've seen some veterans of DOA complaining about it a little bit, but I feel like it's a good system to introduce newcomers into, because D-Wave is, people don't feel like D-Wave is deep like Tekken or probably even Soul Calibur or other 3D fighters, but D-Wave is pretty deep in its own right, especially with the whole stun system and stuff like that. And this mechanic, I know the stun system probably turned off some people from the game, but this mechanic, the mechanics, the meter mechanic they introduced in the game helps, like, basically babysit some of the newer players that will probably get into the game. But the thing is, even though it's there, it's not overpowered, and it's not like an automatic win your match type thing, because there is a true meter system. And yeah, even though sometimes they could win you the match, but but yeah, moving on from there. So gameplay pretty solid. It's pretty good. Gameplay's pretty good. I really wish to I'm really waiting and excited for the game to come out so I can play my characters I used to play in 5. I used to play Mila. I used to play Lisa. Lisa was my bae. I used to play Rig. I used to play a lot of characters, but though Lisa was really the character like I was really good at. But yeah, so moving on to some other stuff about the gameplay. So the game is still pretty much heavily punishable by throws. It's pretty much the same type of punish mechanic where normally, like in Tekken and in Soul Calibur, where something's unsafe, you're gonna punish it with an attack. In this game, punishment really comes from your throws, so that's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, and it's pretty much DOA. It still has the 4-hole system. I prefer the 4-hole system over the, I believe, 6-hole system in 4. I think it was a 6-hole system in 4. I think that was a little bit too much. You gotta simplify it, and that's pretty good that the 4-hole system is still in play. So talk about the new mechanics, right? I've been rambling on. So new mechanics. So you have 3 new mechanics, right? You have your power blow mechanic, right? And power blow is like a mixture of your power blow from DOA 5 plus your critical burst. Now, it's crazy how they put both of these mechanics kind of together, but normally your power blow kind of is like the same thing from DOA 5, right? Only thing is you can only access this when you have 100% meter. Another thing about it is that they made it a Sabaki. Now, if you don't know what a Sabaki is in fighting games, normally a Sabaki is basically moves that parry. You could use these type of moves to parry moves in between block strings and so on and so forth. So basically, it's like a parry into an attack. That's basically what a Sabaki is. Sabaki move is a parry into attack, and I think right now I'm about to show it. It's about to come up pretty soon, so I'm just gonna let it rock out. Right now, it's about to show you how he parries. Boom. He parries the last hit and go into this super type of situation. So yeah, this move basically takes away. You can only have access to this move when you have 100% meter. It calls wall splats, especially if you're close to wall. It's gonna send your opponent flying to the other side, and if there's a wall behind them, it will wall splat. So that's also good. And where a critical, how they mix in the critical burst aspect of it is you go cancel it. Now, I don't have actually any footage of me successfully doing something crazy. I was pretty just playing just solid DOA. I wasn't going too crazy. I think I need training mode to be going crazy on all other stuff. But yeah, you can also cancel a move and kind of cause a critical burst situation, and you can basically restand opponents for longer combos and so on and so forth. And it's pretty crazy what the DOA community has found with the critical blow. It's called power blow. They got some like more than half health damage combos out already with this move, and it's pretty crazy. And I can't wait to get the training mode to really dive in more deeper into this. So yeah, So that's the first mechanic, is the power blow, and you could, as you can see, it's a Sabaki. It's a super that does massive damage. It's one of your combat mechanics, and you could, it's one of your combo extenders as well. So that's pretty good. Now the next mechanic is called Power Hold, I think. Let me go check. So going back to the power blow is not called a power blow no more. It's called a break blow. So disregard me calling it the power blow earlier. It is definitely called a break blow. Also, another thing that I just found out about it is that it can Sabaki highs and mid attacks, and even it beats out grabs, right? But it will lose to a break hold and low attack. So keep that in mind. Now, the next move I was talking about is this new hold system. Is a new mechanic. It's called the break hold. Now, the break hold is pretty good because when you have 50% of your gauge, your meter, when you have 50% of your meter, you can hold any type of attack. So highs, mids, and lows, you can hold any type of attack. You don't have to press you don't gotta press forward hold or back hold. You don't have to guess on where your opponent's attacking, because this break hold will cover every single type of attack. And this is pretty good when you're in a situation where you're about to lose the match and you don't want to guess and you have 50% of the meter. This will really help you out. Now the trade-off is that the break hold doesn't do that much damage. You do have advantage after, but they're a little bit further out for you to really do anything guaranteed. But you can have some things, you can do some things that could beat the opponent out. But besides that, it don't really do that much damage as a regular hold would do. So in a situation where a regular hold would kill if you guess correctly, a break hold would not. It would just give you advantage. It would basically put you in an advantageous situation where you could beat your opponent. So yeah, keep that in mind. But this is a very good mechanic for beginners who's trying to get into DOA, because the whole system might be a little bit too complicated. And this is one of the situations. This is a mechanic that will help out beginners. They don't want to guess. They're in a situation where they're about to lose a round. You got 50% meter. Okay, I'm just gonna throw out my break hold, and then you're good. Another mechanic that's in DOA, that's new to DOA 6, is the Fatal Rush mechanic. Now, the Fatal Rush mechanic, you could kind of treat it as like an auto combo, and you press one button over and over. You press the S button over and over and over, I think up to 4 times, and every character has their own. It does the first hit, I think, is always going to be a high, and if you hit with the first hit, it would cause a fatal stun where your opponent cannot hold regularly out of it at all. Like after they get hit by the first hit of the Fatal Rush, your opponent cannot hold with regular holds, and they have to eat every single hit after that unless they do a break hold. And for you to do a break hold, you have to have 50% meter to do the break hold. But yeah, so the Fatal Rush is like an auto combo, and if you keep pressing the button over and over and over, every character is going to do their little auto combo of their Fatal Rush. And yeah, everybody's different. And at the end of it, if you have 100% meter, you will go into the Fatal Rush into the break blow. So that's also good as well. So that's also a pretty good combat mechanic if you're able to hit with the Fatal Rush. Now, like I said, the Fatal Rush will, at the first hit, from what I noticed, or from what I read, and it will always be a high. Another thing is that I believe it's unsafe. I'm not too sure, but it's basically like it's kind of on the slower side, so you could definitely beat your opponent out and stuff like that. So there's nothing OP, but another thing about it is you could definitely use the Fatal Rush within combos. So if your opponent's already like stunned, you could use this move within if they guess wrong on the hold or anything like that, or they just eating the combo, you could keep on going with the fatal rush and so on and so on to extend it. So that's pretty good. And you could stop your fatal rush short to go on with other combos and so on and so forth. So yeah. And like I said, you get good damage if you have 100% meter, because you could go right into your break blow from there. So this is also a pretty good beginner friendly mechanic. Y'all make people want to come in and they could just do stuff instantly by just pressing one button. So that's pretty good as well. So moving on from there, you have a new sidestep mechanic. So in the old DOA, you was able to do a sidestep with a button, or you was able to do just down, down, or up, up, and sidestep as well. Now in this game, you don't have that type of sidestep no more. You have your 8-way run system, kind of, sort of. The movement is not like as good as like Soul Calibur or anything like that, but you could move in 8 ways or like that. But now when you press down, down, up, up, you don't do that like sidestep no more like how you could in DOA 5. Now you have to press down and the S button to do the sidestep. And if you press the S button again, you're going to do a sidestep move from there. And it's a really, really good move that like knocks your opponent back really, really far. And it's like a really good get off me move. And it does a pretty good amount of damage. Now, I honestly believe this, so far, this sidestep is really, 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 really good. It's almost OP. Like, you really have to like be on point in this game, because especially now that you recover so fast out of stuns, like you could probably be trying to set your opponent up for like a stun combo, and then they recover, and then they would just sidestep and hit you. I honestly lost a rank match just of a dude just sidestepping. So then when he sidesteps, you gotta pull out your you have to pull out your tracking moves and stuff like that. But the tracking moves in this game is not as fast and stuff like that. And this sidestep is really, really fast. I think it should be toned down. It's really, really good. The new sidestep mechanic in this game is really, really good. And I definitely feel like it's going to be one of the tools that's going to be abused later on. Like, you really have to have it. You can't, basically with this sidestep mechanic move, you can't be super aggressive. It is punishable though. It's grab punishable. But you can't be super aggressive with this sidestep move, because it will beat out a lot of attacks. So I guess that's also a good thing for beginners. But I don't know how this is going to shift the way the game is played. So we just have to wait and see when the game comes out how powerful this attack will be. Now onto some concerning issues about DOA 5. Now, I know the game has about another month and a half to come out. I think at first it was supposed to come out in February, but now I'm hearing that it comes out March. So they have plenty of time to tweak the game and so on and so forth. But some issues I definitely have is netcode. The beta netcode was pretty terrible. It was really, really bad. I will say it finds matches pretty quickly. DOA 5 netcode wasn't that good either, if I now really think about it. But yeah, so far it was finding matches pretty quickly, but who knows how that would be when the game releases and a whole bunch more other players playing the game. So I don't know. Another thing is that when it had basically good matches, like when you face against good bar people, the matches is pretty good. But when you get like around 3 bars, anything like that, the matches is pretty laggy. Sometimes like you'll be in a match and you can't even do nothing at all, and the opponent's just beating you up and beating you up, and you can't press a button at all. You're pressing buttons, but nothing's happening. You just watching your character get beat up, and then all of a sudden you just like it just freezes, and then you just lag out or something like that. So, and I'm gonna show an example of that as well. So yeah, so hopefully that is not the case. when the game comes out, hopefully they fix that. But if I really remember, because I had DOA 5 since on the release date, and if I remember, DOA 5 netcode wasn't the greatest either. So yeah, it was pretty bad. And when it came to rank matches, when you got to the higher ranks and stuff like that, it was pretty. It took forever to find matches. At least in this beta, it didn't take forever to find matches. But like I said, I don't know how that's gonna work when the actual game comes out. So the netcode is really bad, really bad. But when you face someone with a good connection, it's pretty good. Another thing is, I really hope that the rank system becomes more like how Tekken and Soul Calibur rank systems are now, where it's the best out of 3 instead of just one match and you're done. Hopefully they change that up. I mean, I hope you still get like progression towards your, if you win,
I can hear the wind cry.
Towards your rank and stuff like that. But I really think it should be best out of 3 instead of just one and done. Now, real quick, I'm just gonna show you how bad it gets when you get stuck into like a really laggy match. So yeah, this is an example of when you can't do nothing at all. You just sitting there just getting beat up, and then it freezes, and then it takes a while for it to like get you back to the main menu. And especially the first and second day of the beta, it was like it kept crashing a whole bunch of times, kept freezing. I had to like close the app and restart mad like a whole bunch of times. By the third day, it wasn't. I didn't really witness that as much. But yeah, as you can see, it's just frozen and nothing's going on, and I'm just waiting for something to happen, and nothing's happening. So hopefully this is not the case when the actual game comes out. I really hope this is not the case when the actual game comes out. But yeah, this is really bad. Really bad netcode. But yeah, besides that, my overall thoughts, the new mechanics is pretty good. I wish I had a practice mode to really go in depth with the mechanics and really find out the break, blow, cancel combos, so on and so forth. I don't remember Hayate moveset like that, so all this gameplay you just see me doing stuff that I remember. I know he has a whole bunch of more moves. I used to play Hayate pretty well, so my Hayate is really trash now because I haven't played DOA in like forever. Like it's been some years. But yeah, besides that, it's also something new with this like this sit down bound move that almost all new characters have now, and that's going to be a pretty interesting mechanic as well when it comes to incorporating that into combos and so on and so forth. So yeah, I just want the game to come out so I can just explore all this stuff. I will be doing content on this game as well. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be like very consistent with this because I know there's gonna be a lot of people trying to get into DOA, so I will be doing content on this game as well. Yeah, I mean, and I pretty much remember the basics of the game, everything about it. There's rock paper system. There's also a rock paper system when it comes to like, it's like a whole meta also when it comes to like star and match, like tactics and so on and so forth. And I will be doing a whole bunch of videos and content on DOA when it comes to that. Now, yeah, pretty much the new mechanics is cool. I like it. At first I thought it was like, but when you play the game more, it's a cool new mechanic, and it's something simple that's gonna bring in new players, but it's not overpowered. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, the game is fun to play. DOA is always fun to play, especially when you know what you're doing, stuff like that. DOA always been fun to play. But yeah, the game is really fun. This game is really fun to play. It reminds me a lot like 5, just tweaks here and there. And yeah, that's my overall thoughts. Hopefully the netcode is a lot better because it needs to be better. But yeah, besides that, is this going to be the game that put DOA back on top or something like that? I don't know, but it is good. It is good. Hopefully people that's not into DOA will play DOA this one, and yeah, the community will grow. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and that's pretty much all I have for this video. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you learned something new about DOA, hopefully I'm gravitate you towards trying out this new DOA. But yeah, besides that, hopefully have a nice day. Peace.
Till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out.